Hello, my name is Nililiade, and welcome back to yet another snapshot video. Today I'm going to be talking about two different snapshots, the first being 23W31A and the second being 23W33A. And I believe these snapshots are for 1.20.2, which will most likely be coming out pretty soon here. There are some pretty interesting changes in these snapshots, first of which being the villager trade rebalance of 23W31A. At the moment, this is an experimental feature, so if you want to take a look at this for yourself, you will have to go to the 23W31A snapshot and flip the experimental feature toggle. So first of all, let's talk about the changes being made to librarian villagers. Before this snapshot, players could get any village enchantment from any librarian. With a lot of time and a little bit of patience, you can just place down a lectern and break it again and do that over and over again until you get the enchantment that you want. With new villager trading rules, librarians from different biomes will sell different enchantments. Each village biome has one enchantment that is only sold by master librarians. This means players will have to work towards getting the best trades instead of relying on random chance. In the Minecraft.net article about 23W31A, they provide a nice little chart about the librarian villager changes. Librarians in a desert village have a chance of giving you fire protection, thorns, or infinity. But the special book, as they're calling it, will be Efficiency 3. And I'm pretty sure this means that you will only be able to get Efficiency 3 from a desert librarian villager. The next villager they talk about is the jungle villager, and if you play Minecraft regularly, you probably know that there is no jungle village. So in order to get a jungle villager, which will sell you feather falling, projectile protection, power, or most importantly, unbreaking 3, you will have to get a villager from some other village and start your own village in the jungle biome. The Plains Librarian villager has a chance of selling Punch, Smite, Bane of Arthropods, or most importantly, Protection 3. From a Savannah Librarian, you can get Knockback, the Curse of Binding book, or Sweeping Edge. And then the special book from the Savannah Librarian is Sharpness 3. From the Snow Village, you can get Aqua Affinity, Looting, or Frostwalker. And of course, Silk Touch is the special trade. And then the Swamp Librarian is just like the Jungle Librarian. You're going to have to bring a villager there and start your own village if you want Depth Strider, Respiration, Curse of Vanishing, or Mending. And the Taiga Librarian will give you Blast Protection, Fire Aspect, Flame, or Fortune 3 as the special trade. The special enchant will only be available from Master Librarians with full XP. Also in Snapshot 23W31A, there have been some changes made to Wandering Traders. A lot of players felt that the Wandering Trader had unfair prices and didn't sell very many useful items. So now the prices have been lowered and they have added more trades and increased the amounts of items available. And now apparently the Wandering Trader will buy items from the player. The different items that the Wandering Trader has a chance of buying from the player include water bottles, water buckets, milk buckets, fermented spider eyes, baked potatoes, and hay bales. And the Wandering Trader now has a chance of selling logs of any type, iron pickaxes that could be enchanted, and potions of invisibility. Now, a pretty controversial change in 23W31A is that curing a zombie villager now only gives a big discount the first time you do it. This means that you will no longer be able to turn a villager into a zombie, cure them to get a discount, and then do that again and again and again and again and again until you get the cheapest price. In my opinion, I think a lot of players are going to be a little upset about this. Now in Snapshot 23W33A, we have player skin and name reporting. Player skins and names can now be reported in the social interactions screen. So if somebody reports your skin because they think it's violating the community standards, Minecraft's moderators can take action in a few different ways. They can ban the skin from being used by any player, ban the name from being used by any player, or they can suspend the player from online play in case of repeated offenses. When a skin is banned, players with that skin will have their skin removed, will be notified when they launch the game, will be automatically assigned one of the default skins, can still play multiplayer and single player, can select a new custom skin at any time. When a player's name is banned, that player will need to choose a new name, will be notified when they launch the game, will not be able to play online until they change their name, can still play single player. And of course, a skin or name that has been banned cannot be used by any player in the future. This is definitely an interesting change. I wonder what makes a skin qualified to be banned, or what makes a name qualified to be banned. I would hope that that's not too strict, otherwise that kind of hinders people's creative abilities in a way. Of course, there are probably a few things that you shouldn't have in your Minecraft username, or maybe something you shouldn't have in your Minecraft skin, but again, I just hope this isn't too strict. A little change being made in 23W33A that I thought was kind of interesting is that sponges and wet sponges now have their own custom sounds, because apparently they didn't before. So a regular sponge sounds like this, and a wet sponge sounds like this. And last but not least, we have mob attack reach changes. Previously, a mob's horizontal width was used to determine their attack reach, and their height had no effect. Now the area where a mob can attack is their bounding box extended in the horizontal directions. A few situations in which this matters includes if a mob is entirely below you or entirely above you, it will not be able to reach you. While riding on a medium-sized mob like a horse, you will be protected from small mobs like baby zombies. While riding on a tall mob like a camel, you will be protected from standard-sized mobs like zombies. Ravagers won't be able to attack you through a few block thick wall anymore. That sounds horrible. I'm glad that's fixed. To escape an Enderman, you will now need to be at least 3 blocks above the ground instead of 1.5 like before. Which, to me, that makes sense, since Endermen are 3 blocks tall. And mobs will now be able to attack you from the bottom of their hitbox, assuming that you're in range of them. And with all of that done and said, that will be the end of today's snapshot video. I hope you found at least one bit of information in this video useful. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the little bell notification icon so that you never miss when I upload. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!